Angulo, of indigenous Wayuu ancestors, was born in Maracaibo, Venezuela on July 23, 1983. He is the second in a family conformed by a younger sister and 4 brothers, all named Argenis, like his father. In their family, you can tell them apart by their second name, so that this Argenis is called Alexander or Ale in his closest circle. His loving mother is an educator and his loving father an agricultural expert, both retired. From a very young age, he showed a special sensitivity to the needs of his context. So at age of 10, he became part of a youth movement within the Maristas College, in which for more than 5 years he dedicated himself to developing his leadership while working on social service. After graduating from that renowned educational institution at age of 16, he decided to look for work to support his family and pay for his studies. That is, when he began to work in a large Venezuelan fast food chain, where he started from a very low position until becoming a team trainer. During that period, he began to study journalism at the Centennial University of Zulia. By the age of 18, his interest in media grew, and while watching a TV interview to the president of JCI Zulia, he learned about JCI. Little he knew, his story was about to change forever. That year, he was top of his class in university with high honors. He was Employee of the Year in his job, and at the same time, during his first national convention, he was recognized with the title of Rookie of the Year award. What has happened since then has been deeply marked by the lessons and development achieved at JCI. He kept studying. In addition to being a journalist, he became a master in communication sciences, professional speaker, and an outstanding expert in leadership, with certifications in executive coaching, learning facilitation, design of leadership programs, governance and political management, global business management, family business management, and many others that became a new benchmark in his area. As a journalist, he worked on radio, television, and for over 10 years, he's been a permanent columnist of one of the most important communication media in Venezuela, the newspaper El Universal. As an entrepreneur at the service of public and private organizations, he has more than 15 years of experience serving multiple sectors such as energy, pharmaceutical, and retail. He has now dedicated more than half his life to JCI. He entered at the age of 18 to be linked to his first project, and since then, he has had an uninterrupted career, which has allowed him to be local president of JCI Zulia in 2008, national president of JCI Venezuela in 2011, under the slogan, Building Bridges, international vice president in 2014, executive vice president in 2019, managing to work for the union of an entire area until it becomes One America, and JCI chief executive assistant to the president. The facts speak for themselves. With countless projects, 5 local positions, 4 national positions, 9 international positions, 20 national conventions, 20 area conferences, 10 world congresses, and thousands of young people impacted. After 20 years of achievements and an uninterrupted JCI career, JCI Venezuela is pleased and honored to present who is an active member, senator, JCI Foundation donor, and who today invites us to start a new era in the history of the entire humanity, telling the planet that leading is our duty. With you, the 2022 JCI World President, Mr. Argenis Angulo.
Welcome to the Hour of Duty, the presidential show. During the entire 2022, we will be sharing each month this show for ensure that all of us be on the same page in terms of our news, our projects, our JCI events, our partners, for ensure that you know our JCI leaders, the entire board of directors, and their impact with you as national presidents, as local presidents, as officers of a JCI member in the entire planet. This show is just starting. We all know our rights, and that is really fine and important. But when we study the reality of our planet, we are more aware that maybe we need to change part of our mindset, because we need to understand our duties also. If we want to create a better world, we need to create development opportunities for people, for leaders in the three sectors of society that understand our duties. For that reason, we are telling the world this year that leading is our duty. But also, we are presenting to the entire planet a proposal, a framework for a universal declaration of human duties that put on the table, on the agenda, on the global agenda of the leaders around the world, that today we need to assume our responsibility as leaders to create a better world for us and for the next generations. Leading is our duty, and we in JCI will start a new era with this new mindset for the entire humanity. Welcome to the JCI World Headquarters. I will show you the home of JCI leaders around the world. Here's, you will be welcome in behalf of the board of directors, the leaders that are telling the world that leading is our duty in 2022, and that it's time to rise the entire planet, rebuild, invest, sustain, and evolve the earth. Here is the main lobby of our world headquarters. We have a lot of pieces here. This is a kind of museum with pieces, pictures, letters, books that show us the entire history of an organization that has more than 100 years impacting the entire planet. I will show you here some pieces of this museum. For example, there you can see the first JCI creed that remember for all of us the main principles that unite different people of different countries, of different regions in the entire planet. Or these signals, for example, that was part of our first headquarter history. Here you can see these images that we have here to honor our founders. Henry December, Johanna Brewster here, and in this case, you can see here the image of Andrew Mugens. Here we have a lot of, on these rooms, a lot of pictures, images that recreate the impact of JCI leaders around the world. Of course, we have a lot of offices also. And in this room, we took a lot of decisions during all these years in St. Louis, Missouri, when JCI start our impact. Here, usually the board of directors meet to take decisions around our plan of actions. There you can see, and maybe you can find your flags there. This room is amazing because it represents the worldwide vision. And we have this big map. We have a lot of leaders, of JCI leaders within these last years with pictures here, remembering that maybe we're born in one part of the world, but we are a global team that is showing this specific year that leading is our duty. We have gifts, for example, as this amazing gift from Junior Chamber of Commerce of Switzerland. And some details, for example, JCI is partnered since the beginning of Global Compact. And we have, for example, in each single rule of this office, this message that remember that we have a duty with the planet. Come on to show other interesting parts of our headquarters. For example, here you can see some pictures of several headquarters of national organizations around the world. Starting with this picture that is the image of our first headquarters, worldwide headquarters in St. Louis, Missouri. You can see, for example, the headquarters of JCI New Zealand, JCI Austria, JCI Philippines, JCI Iceland, JCI Korea, JCI Nepal, JCI Cote d'Ivoire, JCI Netherlands, JCI Turkey, JCI Australia, JCI Colombia, JCI Japan, JCI Germany, and JCI Hong Kong. More pictures, amazing history of our leaders and around the impact, and a lot of gifts that represent the worldwide organization that we are. We have a lot of treasures here that are gifts of officers, leaders around the world that we have as part of our treasure as JCI members. And this room is really important also because here we took a lot of decisions also around the world. And here you can see the walls that have the pictures of our leaders around the world. Since Raul Garcia Vidal from Mexico arriving to our immediate past president, Ryuban Kojima. Here on this room, we remember the leaders that serve to our organization to lead this JCI movement around the world. And of course, I want to show you also the office that represents the leadership of our organization. I have the pleasure to use this office to serve you, especially during this 2000 year. This is your office also. Here we are working, especially this year we are starting here because we are celebrating from here the JVN, the first executive committee meeting and the first board of directors meeting. For me, on behalf of the entire 2022 board of directors, it is really important to say you are welcome because this is your office, this is your home, this is our history. Thank you very much. And remember, follow us at JCIWHQ in Facebook and at JCI Leaders in TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, you need to be active in our own JCI virtual community.